I just want to say I don't lie on YouTube. That's definitely something I don't do. I don't make these videos to fake a life or fake things that I say. Not at all. Because if that was the case, this wouldn't be raw. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I like my videos personally is because I don't fake things. I'm honest and I don't hide things.
If you put a gun against my head and asked me how I discovered Amberlynn Reid, I honestly couldn't tell you. I think it began during COVID, because prior to that I didn't watch YouTube that much except for music videos. It all started with a TikTok that came on my For You page. A TikTok about Daniel Larson. Well, this was something I had to look into. Daniel Larson led me to Chris Chang. Chris Chang led me to Cyrax. Cyrax led me to JFC King Cobra, who, incidentally, I have a soft spot for, because he is the least offensive of these people. This all led me to the idea of lolcows, something I'd never heard of before. Lolcows led to Nikocado Avocado, who never quite gripped my attention. Nikocado led me to Foodie Beauty. Foodie Beauty led me to Amberlynn Reid. Now, I don't watch Amberlynn Reid because it's interesting. She has no life. Her blogs, vlogs, whatever you want to call them, aren't particularly interesting. I do, however, find her character interesting. As somebody who studied psychology at university, has a very deep interest in criminal psychology, there is actually some kind of correlation between the two. I watch Amberlynn Reid in the same way as I watch documentaries about serial killers. Basically, I cannot believe that people like this exist. They fascinate me, and I wish to know how their mind works, because quite frankly, I cannot relate to them at all. Now, we all know that Amberlynn lies. We know she exaggerates. We know she embellishes. We know she also lies by omission, by not telling us stuff. Amberlynn Reid likes to embellish her personality somewhat with a myriad of mental health diagnoses. I'd imagine she does this in an attempt to make herself more interesting and to back up her claim that she is quirky and weird and not like other people. One mental health disorder she hasn't laid claim to, though, is narcissistic personality disorder. I'd imagine because that actually isn't a quirky or somewhat endearing personality disorder to have. The DSM-V lists 9 significant symptoms that would help determine whether a person has narcissistic personality disorder. In order to be diagnosed with NPD, a patient must display at least 5 of these symptoms. I'd like to stress this again. It is important. In order to get a diagnosis of narcissistic personality disorder, a patient must display at least 5 of the following 9 symptoms. I would also like to stress, and this is very important, I am not saying that Amberlynn Reid has narcissistic personality disorder, but I'm not saying it either. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, well, I will let you make up your own mind. I was married. In fact, our entire relationship from dating to marriage to end lasted roughly 15 years. If I got sick or if something happened to me, I would suddenly cease to exist. As if the bad or upsetting thing that was happening to me wasn't in the slightest bit important. Conversely, If I got sick, I could guarantee within 24 hours my husband would be equally, or more likely, more sick than I was, and therefore require my attention because his needs were more pressing than mine.
How you doing, babe?
It's starting to hurt.
It's starting to hurt? Oh no.
I'm hungry. I ate since yesterday.
You should probably get some food. She's still sick.
I'm very sick.
She ended up going to the doctor, and it's just sinuses stuff, and she's on antibiotics.
It's a sinus infection plus a throat infection.
Yeah.
They said it's not contagious, so calm down.
Yeah, it's not contagious. I still get like worried.
So I feel really bad and really rough. I have had hardly any sleep last night. I just kept having to sit up, and it was rough. But that's why I wasn't in the last weigh-in video, because I was extremely sick, and I just stayed in the bed. That's what I was told to do. So, yeah.
Do you feel better to go out today and stuff? Because, I mean, I can always go by myself.
I mean, I don't feel good, but I don't want you to have to go on.
Why?
Well, I mean, that's up to you. If I had my choice, I'd be in the bed asleep. But,
well, yeah, she's not doing very good.
1 for 1 so far. Anyone thinking about ducks yet? Need for excessive admiration. Oh boy, hold on to your hats. I am on the spectrum. I have ADHD. And when I start dating, I have a tendency to put people on pedestals. In fact, I borderline worship them. I will devolve my character to be exactly the person I think they want me to be. This is my own fault. I'm trying not to do it, and I promise myself I will not do it in future should the opportunity arises, which is unlikely. Right, I figured I'd have to tell you this in person because it's that kind of story. But first, I'm not sitting in my chair properly anymore because there is a squiddy asleep where my bottom should be. Anyway, fast forward roughly 7.5 years, and we have a child. One day my husband sits me down and says this: I've met someone else. I like this person. I want to pursue this person, but I won't if, wait for it, you treat me better. Allow me to translate. You used to worship me, put me first, and do everything for me. You do not do that now. Despite the fact that you are spending all your time practically as a single parent raising our child, I want you to put me first. I do not appreciate the fact that you are practically alone raising our child and are probably tired. I have found somebody who will put me first, and I will pursue this unless you put me first. Back again, I forgot to add, he actually had the audacity to say to me that I should be grateful he warned me and then subsequently told me about the affairs, because no other person would do that.
YouTube thing, like, I really enjoy it, but people are judging every move I make, and it's frustrating. Like, the best way I could describe it is I almost feel like if I won the lottery and I was like, okay, I'm gonna fly to Japan and I'm gonna go donate all my money to some charity, I feel like people would judge me for flying because it's polluting the air. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, I just feel like even in the good things that I do, people find negative, and it's frustrating to me. I don't know.
This one's a bit of a mouthful, so I'll sum it up in a different way. Is their mere existence, presence and input more significant or important than anybody else's? Do they like to see the manager? Do they argue with the waiters? Do they insist that nobody else parks in that spot because it's their spot, has always been their spot, will always be their spot even if they die, despite the fact it's on a public road? In other words, are they a Karen?
That's true. You ain't touching her with the 10-foot pole.
So, if she wanted to give me a hug or whatever,
She can't hug you.
handshake,
No handshakes.
like,
Nothing.
bro?
You can't even look at her.
because I would still be really jealous.
Yeah, because if she got with Kate Winslet, then I feel like that's all she's ever going to think about. All of these horrible things. You guys really need to look in the mirror. You ask for these types of videos, I give them to you, and you are disgusting. You guys have to realize that I, as a person, am nowhere near as bad as the people who are part of Hater Nation and Kiwi Farms and reaction channels that call people, you know, sodium whales and saying things about cheese curds.
Sense of entitlement. That's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Have you noticed how often Amberlynn Reid says, well, when other YouTubers do this, they don't get hate for it? So almost as if it's not the act that is causing the hate, but the person who is doing it that causes the hate. Strange, huh?
People think that I'm actually sending this stuff to myself. You guys, I do have people who love me. I have people who enjoy me and who support me and who I make friends with. Not everyone hates me. And for certain people, like reaction channels, to say that I'm actually sending this to myself, it's because your community dislikes me. Your community thinks I'm a liar. Your community doesn't think that I have people who love and support me.
A demonstration of arrogant behaviours and attitudes, a certain level of being conceited, a certain feeling of being more important than other people. You know the ones, the queue jumpers, those who will toot their horn behind you if you are a millisecond away from actually driving from the green light. We all know these people. They're also Karens in a kind of way.
I feel very guarded lately because people take everything I say and do and just twist it all and like conspiracy theories. Like, what? I'm Amberlynn Reid with a normal life. Like, I don't need conspiracy theories. Like, I don't even know. 100% do think that people should be grateful for my videos. 100%. How could anyone not?
Are we picturing ducks yet? Envy of others or the belief that others are envious of them. Immediately, the first clip that springs to mind is when Beck and Amber were doing a live stream together and people kept sending Beck compliments. Every time Amber read out a compliment about Beck, she would follow it immediately with an absolute look of disgust, followed by, "That's a lie," or "They're trolling." Jealous much?
Being so annoying. I'm not, so. Amberlynn just orders food. My money, my health. Because if I was anyone else sitting here talking to you about my problems, whether they be mentally, physically, or my disorder, the comments would be completely different. My best quality is the fact that I'm very empathetic. I feel everybody's emotions. Like,
interpersonally exploitative behaviour. Okay, quick quiz here. Hands up anybody who thinks Amberlynn Reid would willingly enter a relationship with somebody who couldn't drive. Need I say more?
But my channel isn't called Amberlynn Reid and everybody else, or Amberlynn Reid and everyone in her life, or Amberlynn Reid and her friends, or Amberlynn Reid and her partner. It's Amberlynn Reid.
It's like, wow, maybe people don't want to see me better myself. I don't really know. Narcolerk had a heart attack. Have some sympathy. Sorry, I'm trying to find my sympathy bone. I feel like I try to be as selfless as I can because I really am empathetic and sympathetic of other people.
Basically, this one's the belief that you are capable of exceptionally high levels of achievement even when your skills or abilities provide no evidence of this being possible. Well, in Amberlynn's defence, she really is an excellent writer, and she really is very good at colouring in other people's pictures. I mean art.
I want her to lose weight more than I want myself to lose weight because I care about her and love her more than I love myself. I mean, everything that people tell me, I already know. So it's like, don't waste your time.
And finally, number 9, a grandiose sense of self-importance. I think we all know the answer to that one with regards to Amberlynn Reid, so I'm going to digress. I've made a list of things my husband used to say to me. Turns out, after some research, they're things that narcissists tend to say a lot when in relationships. Number 1, what's wrong with you? Number 2, normal people don't/wouldn't, and then add whatever it is you have just done. If it was anybody else but me, I would have. Insert action, such as left you by now, slapped your face, etc. How about it's your fault I'm like this? And you're too sensitive. What? Am I crying because you slapped me? Am I crying because you've been shouting at me for the last half an hour? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll try not to be so sensitive in future. And how about if you ever, insert action, you'd regret it. Best one is, if you ever left me, you will regret it.
I haven't lied about anything at all. I have not lied about anything. Just remember those words. I have not lied about anything since I made that video. I need you guys to realize what you want, that there's more to me than just my weight. Talk about the time. Oh my God, you're such a stupid bitch. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I'm blocking this person actually. Bye, bitch. Opened up about things that I wouldn't even want to open up about with people in my real life. I have bared my soul into sharing, that part of me, and I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed, I am being vulnerable, and I almost feel like I'm being mocked. People enjoy making fun of my disorder because I'm Amberlynn Reid, and no matter what I go through, it's a joke and it's funny and it's a lie. They forget that Amberlynn could just disappear one day, whether it be death or the choice of me just literally getting off of YouTube.
Congratulations!
I believe in gambling. They call this a full house. Is Amberlynn Reid a narcissist? Well, I'll leave that up to you. Hello, it's editing me from the future. I tried to be as impartial as possible, or at least I thought I was being impartial. Turns out I did a really bad job of hiding how I feel about Amberlynn Reid. This was not my intention, But, well, at least I'm honest, authentic, so raw. Sorry, couldn't help myself. And because I know you are all dying to know, this young lady is Squiddy. Hello, it's editing me again. Now, I have almost 75% of a video about Amberlynn Reid and lying lined up. It's not actually about her actual particular lies. It's about the body language she displays, the micro expressions, the vocal cues, and the languages she uses when she's telling a lie. In other words, I am giving you a step-by-step breakdown on how to tell when Amberlynn Reid is lying. However, given what Foodie Beauty has been up to lately, I really am interested in doing a video about the fact that she has, or I believe she has, oppositional defiant disorder. In other words, I want to attempt to explain Foodie Beauty's rage. Now, should I finish the video I've almost done, or should I start the video I really want to do? Please let me know, and thank you. Ta-ta for now. Ta-ta for now. For God's sake, could I be any more British?